Hey, Austin, you want to check out some more of these TikTok welds?
I'd rather carve my eyes out with a spoon.
Yeah, they're pretty rough.
They are rough.
Dude, these ain't even welds. Like if I put a lot of effort in, I still couldn't do that. So there is some skill there
You're right.
to do what no one else can do.
So that looks like, I mean, it's obviously has to be wire feet. Long arc.
Like is he just heating up a grazing rod and dripping it?
It looks like to me, we're trying to MIG weld it. We don't really know what we're doing. He did do some prep work. Like there's some, he tried to clean it up.
And wire wheel it.
Yeah, he wire welded it. He tried his best, get it cleaned.
Drip some aluminum wire on some steel.
Yeah, he obviously didn't have any sort of heat running to that machine, or he was a mile and a half away. It's just all kind of bubble gummed on there.
Yeah, but when you get done with that, right, and look at it, this person must not have the internet.
No.
And had never seen what a weld should have looked like.
Right.
And so got done with it, like, yeah, man.
Yeah, let me take a video of this.
Yeah. Send this to my
Show this
friends.
off. I think he needs like probably 4 7.5-7-inch grind disc.
Yeah, get rid of that whole thing.
Yep.
Point right where the two joints meet and just slow down.
Yep. Keep that tip close. I don't think it's even gonna hold together. I think if you picked it up from the top, it'll probably just fall apart. Maybe get on YouTube or come to applytoweld.com and we'll get you lined out, bud.
Oh, I'm not sure we want this one.
Yeah. So this weld right here,
The old hose clamp
the
weld?
old hose clamp weld. I mean, the exhaust work.
Pristine.
Pristine.
Something you'd see on a supercar.
At first glance, I really thought that was some PVC pipe over it, but I think that is a new joint right there at the beginning, or maybe a new muffler. And then they didn't use exhaust clamps; they just used hose clamps for it. I would go ahead and say that those hose clamps are probably more airtight than those welds are.
Oh, for sure.
For sure, 100%. So just by looking at it, I don't even know what weld process that is.
The thing is, they could be going to do an emissions test.
Right.
And all of the stuff that would fail it is leaking right there. So then when they check it again.
Oh, I didn't even notice they have a skinny wheel mark on top too. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Between the two hose clamps.
They need another hose
They
clamp.
need one more hose clamp, yeah. So it kind of looks like they ran 70-18 downhill.
It looks like they took JB Weld and concrete and kind of stuck it together.
I think they started off with a good plan. They knew their welds weren't quite good enough, so they JB welded on top of their welds. And I don't know if the JB weld's any better, honestly.
So I think that's like the epitome of I got a buddy that can do it cheaper.
Exactly, 100% every time. Yeah, so looks like 70-18 downhill, zero prep. Just kind of threw it on there and wished it the best of luck. I would say exhaust pipe's super thin and can be difficult to weld, especially if it's already rusted out.
I think he just needs to get a whole new muffler.
Yeah,
I don't think this thing's salvageable at this point.
That looks like a 16-year-old high school kid cut his exhaust off and his dad yelled at him and tried to put it back together so he could still go downtown Friday night. That's what that looks like. Oh, what are we doing here? We're gonna do some spot welds.
Got him a foot pedal.
Yeah, some high freak. Not adding any wire, so we're just gonna undercut it the whole way across.
Well, I mean, after you get done, you can just take a hammer and break the piece back apart.
Right.
You basically, there's no fusion, and so you have like a 30-second layer on top of the material that's connected.
So the whole point of making a weld is to get stuff to stick together that's not gonna stick together. Also, your weld should be the strongest piece of the material, so if the square tubing fails, the weld should not fail. It's quite the opposite on that.
Yeah.
The weld is gonna fail 100% every time if it gets in any kind of a bind. So
maybe after he's gonna go through.
right, yeah, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's gonna go ahead and throw like a 332nd over top of it and purdy it up a little bit. I think he just really liked wasting gas and working that foot pedal in there. So there's a lot of things you could have done right, and you decided not to do any of them.
Right. Well, he prepped them.
Yeah. He's got a sharp piece of tungsten at least, So we're gonna go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt, saying he's gonna throw another pass on top of that. I give him a 5 out of 10 on that for sure.
This guy don't look like he's having too much fun.
No, it looks a little muddy. Ooh, a little wet. Yeah, got shocked there. Dry gloves go a long way. Your feet can be a little wet, but them gloves gotta be dry. If I was this guy, I'm probably just going home. I get somebody else. And he's nervous. He knows what's fixing to happen. It's already happened to him once. The hesitation.
That's why
there.
That's why you get a helper to
load it up in there for you. Yep.
And then he gets shocked.
Yeah, or you tell him to make sure he keeps a dry glove. Oh, darn it. Don't say that. Idiot. If it was me, I'd just go ahead and break the wire off of the material and then break it off my tungsten. Because if you go to break it off right there, you're definitely losing your point. We're going back to the grinding wheel. You know?
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. Try to keep that 1/8 inch space between your filler wire and your tungsten. You'd be all right. But it looks like he's leaning it on that though. So like, I got a little carried with his wire feet.
Yeah, if he just took the wire and just leaned it back a little bit.
From the angle, it looks like he's a little bit more than 90 degrees too. But whenever you're TIG welding, you want to keep that wire and that tungsten at a slick 90 degrees. So you start laying it back, then you'll start burning up your wire. Back to the grinding disc it is. Sharpen that tungsten back up and get back after it, bud.
All right, well, I feel like we got a whole lot dumber today, but how do you feel?
Yeah, so they definitely went to a trade school,
But not the right one.
but not the right one.
Apply to weld.com.